Principal Learning Technical Specialist here at QA for AWS. What I'd like to do over the next few minutes is give you an introduction to machine learning on AWS. We'd like to go through what is machine learning, why is it would be important to the business, how can QA help you and support you, and how does it actually benefit you. The first thing to consider is that when we're looking at machine learning, sometimes we hear terms like artificial intelligence, neural networks, and things like that. Sometimes that is part of machine learning. Some people would even say it's all of machine learning. That's a discussion for another time. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to take some data, ideally data that you've already got from current activity, and use that as sample data to train a model. But once we have this model trained, we can then use that against your live data so that we can use that then to help us make decisions, to take inferences from what we're seeing and help us then to effectively start running our business in a better way. And that's part of why it's important to your business. There's so much data kicking around now, whether that's just coming from your networks, phones, tablets, lots of smart devices, IoT devices that we're seeing around, your user customer activity that we're seeing on your website. And it would be nice that if we could identify that there are patterns. And from those patterns, we can then use that information, for example, to say, hey, this is what we're seeing you doing now. Clearly, you like this type of product. Let's present to you another type of product. Maybe we're trying to cross-sell or upsell and trying to get more value that way. But of course, it's not just about things like retail. We could be using this because we're trying to build, those drones and those cars and things like that. We do need an element of artificial intelligence, things that it can learn from to make it safer. We might even just discover much better, more efficient ways of working. When we actually look at the medical aspect and things that have gone on recently, if we can find a more efficient way of being able to analyze data and make decisions around that, and maybe identify patients that are more likely to have a relapse or going to be more critical and prioritize them. All of this will make it better for your business, but of course, importantly, your customer. If this is something that's going to be useful to you, then QA can help. We can support you by, if needs be, helping you to bring in new talent, whether that's short-term or long-term. But what we can also do is take your existing talent and give it the skills. So we can help to train your staff, your people, and get them into a situation, depending on what their job role is, upskill to become a data scientist, a machine learning developer or a professional, or whatever that role may be. Whether that's because then you prefer to go down a digital learning route, or maybe you like instructor-led training, maybe that's in the classroom, maybe that's virtual, or even a blend of them all. We can help you to go and get you on that learning pathway. When you consider that so much data is being generated, and according to some estimates, even 90% of our data has been generated just in the last 2 years, we have to consider that a lot of that data is really, really important. The data really is our business now. And we want to make the use of that. So if we can take the right data and match it to the right skills, what we can then do is start to realize the value that data gets for us and help us to improve our business. And that's really where the benefit comes in. As I say, trying to get that value out of that business, trying to get the value out of the data so you get the benefits to the business, whether that is a retail, whether that's because you're trying to build a new solution, whether that's because you're trying to improve, patient care and prioritize accordingly. Everybody, of course, has a different take on value, but data has so much to offer, and hopefully QA can offer to help you on that journey as well. So if you think this will be really good and interesting, then please contact us. trainaws@qa.com if you've got a general inquiry. And if it's maybe a little bit more technical, maybe you want to just take this little discussion a bit further, by all means, drop me a line, paul.thomas@qa.com. I'd love to hear from you. So hopefully I'll hear from you soon. See you soon, maybe in a class. Until then, thanks for now.